My friends, do you want to send Jason Kenney a message loud and clear? That's right. Listen here, Jason Kenney. End the lockdowns! End the lockdowns! End the lockdowns! End the lockdowns! All right, you guys are amazing. Let's give you guys a round of applause again for coming out. You guys are amazing. Also, my friends, do we stand with all Canadians? Yeah. That's right. Do we stand with the beautiful First Nations peoples? Yeah. That's right. Well, we always stand with the First Nations. Yeah. That's right. Okay, my friends, let's welcome up a beautiful, hard-working Albertan man. Also has been a dedicated activist for over a year now. Cody, let's give Cody a massive round of applause. He's a true Albertan working man. Thank you, Cody.
I don't know about beautiful, but thanks.
You're beautiful.
Those were some fantastic speeches, by the way. Let's get right into this. Oops.
No hiding.
I'm good at that, right? Well, I just want to thank our father, the government of Alberta, our mother, Deena Hinshaw, aided by Justice Rook. Thank you. Thank you very much for the injunction against the good citizens of Alberta. Thank you so much for arresting pastors, threatening business owners, and guaranteeing the destruction of our way of life. Thank you for our hard-earned tax dollars to pay for paddy wagons to pick up preachers. I feel so much safer knowing that you released a bunch of criminals and pedophiles onto our streets at the beginning of this pandemic fraud, and in their place, jailed people who are good as citizens. That was total sarcasm if you haven't noticed that. See right there? The jig is up, Kenney! Let's get on with this. This whole situation is atrocious. I want King Kenney living it up on the sky patio, right up there, eating his meals in jail, along with Fauci in the States, trying to worm his way out of his leaked emails. Their combined fat paychecks can go to feed the homeless who so desperately need it. I think the masses need to get off the goddamn Kool-Aid as well. Remember, the more you push, I will push back. I'm not backing down. I'll stand my ground against who anybody isn't in this fight for the right reasons. And I don't care which side you're on. Anyone who still bought into this, you better realize your days and the way of lives are numbered. Which side of history do you want to be on? This isn't the country I grew up in. When I heard about pickup trucks with gun racks, I missed those days. I was at the tail end of that. My grandfather still had those in his truck. This isn't the Alberta I knew. All I see is a province of virtue signaling hypocrites. You know what you can do? Take off your goddamn masks! I've had enough! What needs to be done now is for common sense to go through people's skulls. What'll it take? All you virtual signers complicit in this. Guess what? You'll be the first ones they come for when this really rolls out.
That's right.
Wash, rinse, and repeat. Just see what happens for the next flu season in this fall. You think this opening up plan? It's nothing. Remember last summer? We're going to be locked down again and again and again. I said to Jason Kenney in my email, I'm not shutting down, but they absolutely need to stand down. Police officers in the few in law enforcement that are actually taking the side of good Canadian citizens, primarily the sheriffs in the back, I salute you openly.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, for Deena Hinshaw, you deserve to be tried for your crimes, and you deserve to be in prison. How many children have you harmed with your orders? For me, this, yes, Deena, is personal. I'm selfish. I'm selfish because I worry every day how a generation after this is going to survive. Every parent out there, look at your kids. They need you to protect them and their future. There are people across this country standing at protests who have more balls between them than every politician in this country. I wonder if Justin Trudeau has any. Or Jason Kenney.
They're in Sophie's purse.
My heart is with anyone for any reason who can't or chooses not to wear a mask. They're useless. When they're confronted in stores, policed in public, in many cases, followed out and treated, like the vermin and the plague rats and the cynical grandmother and all the other bullshit you want to tie into that. Those who are mask exempt have become a protected class. Not that there is any protection for them. I was at the Canadian Tire on the West End, off of 178th Ave, getting ready to go to work, drinking a coffee, and I just bought electrical tape. And of course, I went in without a mask. That's like a big deal right now. I saw the most atrocious thing, and I've seen this many times. Parents, listen up now. If you're strangling your child and forcing a mask on them, you are complicit of child abuse. Just let me talk about that vaccine too. You vaccinate your children, you deserve child protection services at your doorstep, like Deena Hinshaw. But wear a mask and everything will be okay, just like the surfers did in Sky Palace, right? Nobody's buying it anymore, Jason Kenney. Now, we have a mayor in Calgary who went on the record saying, those of us who are against forced vaccinations or masking, standing against these restrictions and for rights of freedom, are people who don't need to eat. And that freedom rallies are thinly veiled white nationalist, supremacist, anti-government protests, and they do not deserve that kind of sympathy. This is Nahid Natchi. In the League of Don Iveson, need I say more? The same man who called us, if you want to call him a man for that matter, self-indulgent. Have you seen him? I think he meant Kenney and his gourmet club up there. I'm sick and tired of hearing these false racism claims. I'm sorry to laugh. If so many people didn't buy into this, we'd be living in the greatest comedy show in the world. We've had media here following these protests, and they haven't provided a scrap of evidence to support these wild and false claims. Kenney and Nenshi are out of touch with real Albertans. Their comments are made for one reason only, to divide us. Don't you see it? Black versus white, masked versus unmasked, native versus white, it really doesn't matter. I call for the immediate resignation and imprisonment of them both. Now, I'm no white nationalist. Yes, I'm the most stereotypical redneck here. I mean, look at what I showed up in. I just got off work. But I can assure you, I'm anything but a racist. Nor am I privileged either. But I'll tell you, what I have no problem speaking against this insanity, and I don't give a shit who is offended by what I say. I have very little to lose at this point, and it's funny how everything is a racist issue when we challenge the government narrative. But not one of you politicians or health officials will show a scrap of evidence against for the science we speak out again that you've used to destroy us. Because it is all bullshit. These lockdowns, the masks, the shaming being used to take the vaccine, all the lies, all the deceit is used to divide us. This government has killed more people of every color and every walk of life than they've ever saved. That's called criminal negligence in the Criminal Code of Canada. Look it up. I think I've witnessed a communist takeover in my own damn province. But guess what? I'm not bending to anybody. Give me liberty or give me death. I was born free and you cannot keep chains on me. And I have a message. Albertans, this whole province, you are strong and free. It's time like you acted like it and live it.
Yes, baby.
Let's hear it for Cody. That was awesome.